Right, so welcome to Yoga Flow and Sound Healing. We'll do our 45 minutes of movement, 15-minute sound bath, and um, we'll set our intention for class. And I've been kind of working through some different themes, and today's theme that I'll bring collectively, and then you can set your own, is all around like emotion, but really like knowing that emotion is energy in motion. So it's not constant and kind of like a yoga flow. It comes and it goes, and just like riding the waves. So that's my intention today. I'll start with Haley.
My intention would probably be
Perfect.
My intention is to lock in.
All right, let's go. And Rashana?
trust.
Trust. Perfect. I love it. And if you guys are ever traveling, I'm recording me, just so everyone knows, for YouTube, so you can follow along. So we'll start flat on our back here, and we'll get started. Just flat on the ground, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, taking a big breath into your belly, to your heart, filling it with that intention. Exhale, let go. Another big breath in, fill your belly, fill your heart. And exhale, release. Another big breath in, fill your belly, fill your heart space. And letting go the day before this. Hands flat on the floor, beginning with our slow windshield wipers side to side. You're keeping your eyes closed, checking in with your body, whether it's to connect, to lock in, to trust, whatever that means for you today, and breathe that in as we get started. We'll come back to the center. Take your left ankle outside of your right knee, and then pulling your right knee to the floor, 30-second hold, decompressing that lower back, as we usually do to start our practice. Noticing the back side of your body. Noticing any emotions or thoughts that might be present. Go that side, switching to the other side. Right ankle outside the left knee. Exhale, pull the knee to the center and hold. Again, scanning your body. Notice if anywhere is holding any tension. Just allowing whatever sensations to move through you. Letting go of that side, coming back to the center. Taking your right leg up to the ceiling, grab for your right calf, and then starting with some slow ankle circles each direction, a little bit of a calf stretch, as well as an ankle stretch here and hamstring. And then reversing directions, making some gentle circles with that ankle. The last one there, grabbing for the edge of the right foot, single side happy baby, drawing the right knee towards the right armpit, 30-second hold. Trying to keep the left side of that lower back pressed into the floor. Taking the left ankle across right ankle across the left thigh, supine figure 4, lifting the foot off the ground, grabbing for the left hamstring, and then 30-second static figure 4. Think about actively pressing the right ankle into the left thigh and driving the right knee away from you towards the front wall. Trying to use your hands to pull that hamstring closer as you drive the ankle into the leg. then last one on this side. Extend the left leg straight and the right leg straight. Straight leg variation of our supine twist, a little bit more challenging, more of a T position. Across the body, keeping the leg straight if possible and making your body into a T. Making sure we're still breathing in as full of a breath as possible, opening the right side of the chest to the ceiling. A little compression for the lower back. Try to pull your right foot towards one wall and your right arm towards the opposite wall, stretching in either direction. 10 more seconds. One more breath. Coming out of that side, bringing the right foot down, left foot comes to the floor, centering the hips, and then repeating those few on the left side. Left leg comes up to the ceiling, static hamstring stretch, with some ankle circle variations. Tracing a full circle a few ways in one direction, a few ways in the other. Just noticing if that ankle, the tendons feel tight, the calf, or the hamstring. And then grabbing for the edges of the left foot. And then exhale, pull the left knee towards the left armpit, 30-second hold. Keeping the low back pressed into the ground. Making sure the hips are equal, and as you exhale, try to draw that knee to 90 degrees, 10 more seconds here. Taking the left ankle across the right thigh, supine figure 4, lifting the right foot, grab for the right hamstring, and just notice one side might feel a little tighter than the other. Still driving the left knee away, actively pressing the left ankle into the right thigh. Full belly breaths, 10 more seconds, trying to go a little bit further into that supine 4, figure 4. Extend the right leg straight, left leg straight. Last one on this side, supine twist to the left with our straight leg variation. Extending the arm one way, the leg another way, 30 seconds here. With each exhale, see if you can let that left shoulder drop towards the mat. Reaching the left heel towards the wall, left hands towards the opposite wall, 10 more seconds. Letting go of that side, coming back to the center, and just one more stretch on the ground here. We'll lift our toes up and over our head, 30 seconds, using the hands for support. And then, if you can, trying to drop your knees outside of your ears, using your hands for as much support as you need, little spinal decompression. Trying to breathe as best as possible, about 10 more seconds. Slowly rolling out of that candlestick and landing with your legs straight in front, taking a moment to get there. And then sitting all the way up into a seat. You'll inhale up to the top, forward fold, grabbing over the tops of the toes, and then actively pulling your toes towards your shins today. Little extra calf stretch in about 30 seconds here. Really focused on pulling the toes towards the shins. Sometimes we're a little more passive, but trying to pull those toes towards you for about 15 more seconds. One last breath here. Coming up to the top, bending our right leg in to 90 degrees. Inhaling to reach up. Exhale, forward fold, keeping the foot neutral and trying to pull the crown of your head towards the top of your foot. Just 30 seconds here. Feeling the lower back decompress. And continuing to scan the body. Noticing if you're holding your breath or holding any tension. And trying to return to that flow and that rhythm of the breath. Coming back up to the top, taking our right leg and twisting it across the left thigh, using your left elbow for leverage, slight spinal twist, 30-second hold. And if you pull your elbow to kind of pull your knee towards you, you'll also feel that glute piriformis, keeping a tall spine, breathing into the belly. And just noticing if you slightly adjust the angle of the knee and the elbow, you'll feel a little more sensation through the side of the hip. About 10 more seconds here. Maybe trying to pull the leg a little bit closer, feeling that side of the glute. Two more on this side. Now crossing the leg over the thigh, seated figure four. So similar to that supine one, a little different angle. Try to get your chest as tall as you can towards your shin. And I like to kind of come up on the back of my fingertips to get my chest as close as possible. 30 seconds breathing into the lower belly, lot of pressure in that right hip. Maybe with each exhale, inching yourself a little bit closer, almost like a forward fold in a 90-90. Kind of change up the angle, 10 more seconds here. And then extending the left leg straight, right leg swings behind. Last one on this side. Our three options for our saddle: tall, medium, or low. Hands, elbows, or flat on the back, just 30 seconds here. Trying to breathe into the belly. Opening the hip and the quad. Just about 10 more seconds here, trying to relax the right glute. And slowly pressing up to the top, and we'll swing the right leg forward. Now left knee bends, repeating those on the left side. Inhaling to reach up, exhaling, forward fold. And if one side feels a little different than the other, just allowing that to be as it is. Staying present with each sensation and allowing it to move through you. One last breath here. Coming up to the top, then taking that left leg, crossing it over the right thigh, using your right elbow for leverage, slight spinal twist, and using your elbow to pull the left knee closer to the chest. And you can kind of notice that even a 1 inch difference in how close your knee is to your chest, you'll feel that side of the hip, that piriformis, maybe a little tender. Breathing into it and allow your hip to soften. 10 more seconds trying to twist. Pull the leg closer. Coming out of the twist, crossing the ankle over the thigh, and then sliding the right foot towards you, trying to keep your hips as centered as you can, and up 30 seconds in a tall figure 4. And for me, my left side is a little bit more challenging. So trying to get the chest as tall as you can, driving the knee away. Trying to keep both sides of the hips equally planted to the ground. And you can even do a little side to side sway to find a better angle. Just about 10 more seconds on this side. Nice tall chest. Full belly breaths, last one. Extending the right leg straight, last one on this side. Swing the left leg behind. Just 30 seconds down on our hands, elbows, or back in our half saddle. Just notice if the hip, the low back is opening up a bit. Going through each motion, each breath, about 10 more seconds to go. Pressing ourselves back up to the top. We'll get a few more for our hips before we move into our upper body. Feet on the edge of the mat, similar to our lying windshield wipers, our seated variation. Getting into a little different angle of the hips. Actively trying to pull the inner thigh or inner knee towards the ground and driving the outer knee towards the floor. About 10 more seconds, just noticing if the hips feel a little more opened up. We get a last one here. Extending out into a seated straddle. We'll get 2 in this position. First will be a static hold for 30 seconds, down on the elbows, and then we'll get a little bit more of a dynamic stretch. So for now, some slow belly breaths. Maybe inching your elbows 1 inch further forward. Simply observing if any thoughts or emotions come up. Breathing through it, last breath. Staying in our seated straddle, but coming to a tall seated position. We're gonna move for 30 seconds. Exhale, side bend each way. Inhale through the center. And then exhale, side bend the other way. And now continue at your own pace, so you don't necessarily need to follow my rhythm. Inhale through the center. Exhale, side bend. Notice how the lat feels, the lower back feels. Find the rhythm of your breath, rhythm of the movement. Full breaths in and out, about 10 more seconds. Last one. And then making our way, swinging our legs around into our tabletop position. getting into our first cat-cow of the day. We'll do our standard cat-cow. Exhale, rounding up to the top, press through the shoulder blades. Inhale to arch the back, drop the belly. And now continue again, moving at your own pace, maybe a little faster or a little slower than me. And really trust your body. If you're wanting to maybe lock in, a little more energizing, maybe moving faster. Maybe if you're building that trust, seeing if you can slow down, trusting the breath in the body, connecting with your breath. And get last one here. Now we're going to inch forward into a puppy dog. First, a static hold, and then we'll get into a more dynamic one. So first, standard 30-second hold, opening up the chest and the shoulders. With each exhale, can you let the chest open, the heart open towards the floor? One last breath in our static puppy dog. And the next 30 seconds, inching side to side, stretching out the lat for just a breath, and then inching across to the other side, just finding a rhythm, exhaling, dropping the shoulder for a moment. Maybe holding for 5 seconds, and just getting a nice little gentle side to side. Maybe going a little further each time you inch across, about 10 more seconds. Noticing how the ribs feel, about one more each side. We'll get the last one. Then coming all the way down onto the belly, rolling down for a moment, resting your head in the back of your palms, knees hip distance apart, knees 90 degrees, and then just a gentle side to side sway of the feet and the hips. Super gentle one here, grounding the nervous system. Taking just 10 more seconds of this gentle side to side sway. Bringing your right ear to the floor, right arm behind you. Kick your left leg up and over. 30-second scorpion. We're gonna do a couple of different things here. First, just a hold on each side. And then as a heads up, we will get a little bit more movement with a dynamic scorpion. But for now, trying to roll onto that right shoulder a bit. Open the left hip. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold the breath. Keep it flowing and keep it moving. Rolling over to the other side. Left arm out to the side onto the left ear. Kick the right leg up and over. Letting that head rest heavy. Roll your body weight onto that left shoulder, opening the chest, and then driving the right knee open, opening that hip and lower back. 10 more seconds. Great job with the breath. And now for the next 30 to 45 seconds, turning it more into a dynamic scorpion. So simply rolling to each side, holding for a moment, and then rolling to the other side, moving at your own pace. A little bit of coordination here. Just notice if you can sync your breath with the movements, going faster, going slower. Almost using a little bit of that momentum to maybe kick that leg behind you. I just got a nice crack through my lower back. That felt good. Exhale as you open and reach the leg behind. Rolling onto that shoulder, keeping the core engaged. About 15 more seconds. How far can you reach behind you? Maybe the last one on this side. Coming back to the center. And then pressing up into our upward facing dog, holding for just a moment. And then flip the toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the heels for about 30 seconds, maybe a couple of shoulder shrugs. Pressing the heel into the floor, letting the chest drop to the legs. Making your way towards the top of your mat, or middle of your mat, toes facing in, hands come underneath your toes, 10 second spinal decompression. Pulling yourself towards the ceiling. You might feel some pops to the shoulders and the lower back. Breathe into that back side of your body. Letting go of the hands, grabbing for each elbow. Exhale, forward fold, ragdoll over the legs. And then about 30 seconds, letting yourself sway side to side. Maybe shaking your head yes or no. And notice your weight shifting in either side of your feet. Full exhale out. Letting go of the hands and then rolling up one single vertebrae at a time, taking our time to get there. Arms are heavy, imagining like a string pulling us up towards the ceiling. Arms finish by your sides. We're going to do 3 different stretches to the right and then 3 different stretches to the left. First, chin comes down to the chest. 3 slow neck circles to the right. Taking your time, moving just at the neck, trying to keep your feet centered beneath you. Breathe into the upper back. Sometimes the arms get a little bit numb. Full breaths, last one here. We're going to do 2 more movements before we switch to the other side. So now, feet just underneath your hips, squeeze your glutes, right arm over the left arm. Chin comes down to the chest, 3 T-spine circles all to the right. Now we're just working our way into a bigger motion for the spine. Taking your time, breathing into the backside of your ribs. Feeling the expansion as you breathe into the back side of your body. 1 more circle to the right. Notice how the spine is feeling as you move through it. And then 1 more on this side. Sweep the arms up, grabbing for either elbow, and then side bending to the right, keeping your feet evenly planted. Side bend, you'll feel the lat stretch. Right about hip height, start to round forward through the mid-thigh. Keeping your feet equal weight, press through the left heel. Use the right obliques to stand up. 2 more full spinal circles. Make sure you're breathing and trust your body. It doesn't need to look a certain way, and just feel the fluidity of your spine. Press through that left heel to stand. 1 more circle to the right. Spine, ribs should be feeling really good. Opened up. Using those obliques, the spinal erectors to stand. Take just a breath to ground back down. Bring the hands down by your sides, kind of recenter yourself. Chin comes down to the chest, 3 circles to the left with our neck. Take your time, maybe a little bit of heat building from the movement. Tracing that chin against the chest. Trying to move at just the neck here. One more slow circle. Full breath. And then left arm comes on top of right, no rush whenever you get there. Exhale, rounding forward, squeeze your glutes, 3 spinal circles to the left. Pulling that shoulder towards the floor. Breathe into the upper back, feel the ribs expanding. One more circle. And then last one, reaching the arms up overhead, grounding your feet down, side bend to the left. Trying to get that full stretch of the lat in the mid-back muscles. Rounding forward, press through the right heel, use the oblique and on the left side to stand. 2 more, make sure you're breathing. Let go of your mind, just let your body lead the way. One more circle, and if you feel dizzy, take a minute, take a second. Full circle to the front. Last one, standing up to the top. Taking just 1 second. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, flat back, bow forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, inch forward into a high plank. And then from here, we're going to lower down to your push-up to upward facing dog. Flip the toes back again, downward facing dog. We're actually going to flow through a down dog, high plank to up dog. So 2 options for the next minute. So down dog, plank, up dog, or you can make it more of like an animal flow. So plank, down dog, plank, to up dog, a little more segmented, and you can move at your own pace. Or you could start to turn it into more of a spinal wave, waving from a down dog, rolling up onto the toes, almost skipping the high plank and dropping the hips. And we'll move at this whatever pace for the next minute. So whether you choose to do more of this spinal roll in this flow, or if you feel more comfortable in plank, down dog, plank, up dog, either one works. 30 more seconds. Make sure you're breathing through it, and how good does it feel with that energy and motion? You might feel heat rising, or just different sensations, different energy, knowing that your spine is the center of your nervous system, or that runs down your spine. Engaging that core, 10 more seconds. You're all doing beautifully with this nice flow. Trust yourselves. Let go of the mind. Last one. Coming back into our tabletop. Taking just 1 breath to ground down. We get one more for the shoulders, and then we'll get into another hip sequence. For now, reaching underneath, drop the right shoulder, thread the needle, 30-second static hold. We're gonna do a static hold on each side, and then continuing with our theme of our flow after this. Trying to rotate the left side of your chest towards the ceiling, 10 more seconds on this side. Sweeping the right arm through the center, drop the left shoulder to the floor, 30-second hold. One of our final upper body stretches to really open the chest, breathe into the upper back, notice if it's feeling more open. Coming back to the center, and then for the next 30 seconds, you will alternate sides of the thread the needle. So reaching underneath, dropping the shoulder for a moment, pressing through, and then switching sides. Trying to get into a little bit of a flow, trying to drive that P finger into the ground. Just about 10 more seconds. Back to the center, pressing up and back into a downward facing dog, and we'll get just a couple hip sequences on each side. So taking just one breath in here to ground down, one breath out, letting the right leg rise up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open the right hip, tracing 3 big circles with that right side, backwards. Reversing directions, tracing 3 big circles the other way. Last one, coming back to the three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, up and back. Last one. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Step the right foot all the way through. Right hand comes inside of the right foot. Left leg stays straight. 3, world's greatest stretch. Exhale, open the chest towards the side wall. Inhale, drop the right elbow. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, drop the right elbow. Last one, exhale, open twist. Dropping the left knee to the floor, and then from here, 30 seconds, reaching the right arm towards the top left corner of the mat, and then reach rainbow up and over, reach the right arm towards the left hamstring. Continue at your own pace, reaching across at a diagonal, feel that shoulder blade stretch, right knee can fall off to the side. And then open the chest, reach for that hamstring. Letting that left hip drop towards the floor. Find your flow and find your rhythm. 10 more seconds. Last one. Pivot towards the door, 90 degrees into a low lunge. And then side to side, 30 seconds. Opening up the hips. Using your hands for as much support as we need. Definitely a little bit more movement and flow in some of our routines, going in theme with energy and motion, allowing the body, the breath, to be a tool to move through whatever you might be storing. And the last one, beautiful work with the breath. Coming into a standing or forward fold in a standing straddle. Just to pause for a moment, interlace the hands behind the back, exhale, forward fold, 30 seconds of stillness. Beautiful work staying with the breath. And now in the stillness, you notice how you're feeling. Your thoughts feel calmer, more present, connected to yourself and your breath. Letting go of the hands, pivoting towards the front of the mat. And we'll repeat that on the other side. For now, step the right foot back, press up and back immediately into a downward facing dog. One breath to reset, and last little flow here on the left. Reach the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, open the left hip, tracing 3 big hip circles here. Releasing any last tension through the breath. Final few movements of the day. Reversing directions, 3 big hip circles the other way. Last one. Coming back to that three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up and back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, hold. 3, 2, 1, press back. Left knee to right elbow, hold. 3, 2, 1. Step the left foot through. Left hand inside the left foot. Exhale, open the chest, world with a stretch. Inhale, drop the left elbow. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, dropping down. Exhale, open twist. Last one, inhale, drop down. Right knee to the floor. Now reaching your left arm towards the top right corner of your mat, stretching the lat. Rainbow, sweep the arm up, back at your own pace. Trusting your body, flowing with your breath. 30 seconds. Getting the hips open, dropping towards the floor. About 10 more seconds, finding that rhythm. The last one to the front of the mat. Pivot 90 degrees, facing the side wall. Final 2 stretches of the day, side to side, open up the hips. Exploring that low lunge, using your hands for as much or as little support as you would like. Full breath out, 10 more seconds. Into our standing straddle. Interlace the hands, lift the hips toward the tailbone towards the sky, forward fold, 30 seconds of stillness. Letting any emotion or sensation run through. Feeling in sync and connected with your whole body. letting go of the hands, be you forward. Pivoting forward towards the front of the mat, stepping the left foot back to a high plank. Lower down to a push-up to upward facing dog. Sit the hips back, child's pose. 30 seconds to just let that whole routine settle in. Let yourself expand. Noticing your body. One last big breath into your heart. Exhale, let go. And whenever you feel complete, coming flat to your back into your Shavasana. Flat on your back, palms facing up to receive. Staying present with your breath. Acknowledging yourself for moving through a pretty intense, on the more intense side of the flow today. Seeing how it felt to move through all of that energy. And bringing that intention to your heart space. We'll do about our 10 minutes sound healing. Just allowing yourself to be exactly as you are. Resting, receiving, connecting. And again, just a moment. Scanning your body, noticing where you can soften. And our intention for our sound bath healing is going to be emotion. So like the whole intention of this flow, energy in motion. So allowing it to move through you like a wave. And we will begin. Exhale.